Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks, and this is the part 3 of making a Rubik's Cube. Hopefully just 2 more videos. So we need to put in our colors, and what I'd like to do is kind of make these Rubik's Cube parts round. So I'm going to hold down the control button and make them about that size, and I'm going to, with my ratio locked right here, I'm just going to start clicking. Let me zoom in here so we can see it happening. And I'm just going to round off the corners just a little bit. Let's call that good. Now I need to space these out, and they're, let's make them 1.3 to make them equal. And then let's make our nudge factor 1.5. See what happens. Control D and move it over. That's a little close. Let's make them 1.4. We want them pretty close together. Control D and move it over. Control D and move it over. And then take these 3 and Control D and mark them down, and Control D and mark them down. Now what we need to do is find out how big this is, because we need to put in a black block. So this is 4.1. Let's make a rectangle, a square, holding down the control button, and make it 4.3, let's say. And then hit, I like drawing in the center of the page, so we're gonna go ahead and put this in the center of the page by hitting P. And then we're going to group these other ones together, Control G, and then hit P, and just kind of look to see what we got. We want kind of the same spacing, and I got really close. Really good. It looks good. So now let's bring in this box, and we're going to just steal some colors off of here. And you only have to really do one side. So we're going to take our Smart Fill tool and get to our eyedropper, and we're going to take that blue and we're going to put it right there. We're going to take the eyedropper and we're going to take, well, white. I don't normally like doing white, but we'll do white. Smart Fill again, eyedropper, and you don't have to use these colors, but I'm just kind of playing around with it. Let's do that orange. Go back to the eyedropper. That red, back to the eyedropper, get that green. Oh, we already got green. Let's see, there'd be 6 sides, so we need 6 colors. We got the blue, we don't have the orange, so we'll get the eyedropper and get it's basically yellow. Blue, green, red, yellow, white. So we got the 6 colors, and then just, do the same. That one's already white. Let's do another white one. So we can grab the Smart Fill tool and just actually steal that same white and put it there. We'll go back to Smart Fill tool, and we'll eyedropper, and let's use blue, and we'll put it there, and we'll put a green one there. So now we need to make everything else black. So we need to take the Smart Fill tool and go to black. We just get our color palette and then click on that empty space, and we have the black. Now let's group all that together, Control G. And then what we want to do is Control D and make a duplicate and move it over. Control D and make a duplicate. And then we want to mirror one of them, mirror one the other way so we don't have the same colors. And then let's put it kind of close to it, and we're going to use the perspective tool. And we'll go up to Object, Add Perspective, and we're going to put that right there on that corner, put that one on that corner, put that one on that corner. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see until you can move it out of the way and get it. The only problem I may be seeing is I might have too much black around the other border. So this one, and you could change the colors around, but for the video it's good. Get it pretty close, go to Effects, Perspective. We'll put that one there. So I'm just worried about, I'm gonna have double black on the edges, but we'll see what it looks like. And I'm off on one of those, I can see already. I'm off on this one here. What you can do is take Get back to the perspective tool and put that one right there. It should snap right to that node. We might have to be off a little bit. We don't want any black between them. That's probably pretty good. Now we need to do one more, and let's see. We have that'll work just like it is. What you could also do sometimes to kind of help you would be to fill that in and nudge that over, and then left click, right click, and then you could use this perspective tool without anything else getting in the way. Go to Object, Perspective, Add Perspective. We'll go to that node, that node, that node. The perspective tool is pretty cool. You can actually do this with the envelope tool. Let's zoom in here a little bit. I'm going to have to go back to the perspective tool because I lost it. Well, let me back up here. Go back to the perspective tool. I might still have it. And, you know, sometimes you just got to start over. So let's go put this one here, because then it's trying to perspect a perspective that might not work. There we go. Now just nudge this thing back over. And what we need to do now is, because we have no lines, we can left click no line, and that gets rid of that. And that's not even a bad thing right there, having that white line there, but we need to close that up. Go to, and this might not work because the perspective has already been happening. That's why sometimes it might be better to just kind of back up and nudge it up in there. We're still a little bit black, got a white grip. But then what you can always do, and see we're off on that top corner. Let's set our nudge factor on something pretty low, like 0.001, and grab this perspective and just move it over and then move it down. Looking pretty good. We got a little bit of a sharp point right there, but everything else looks good. That looks really pretty good. There's a lot of embellishment you could do to this. So stay tuned for part 4, and I'm going to make this thing kind of look like a mirror. I don't like that right there. You could always take your, because we have such a low nudge factor, you know, kind of move those apart. Get them right on that corner. And then we got back to that. So I didn't do a very good job on the perspective. You know what? I wonder if we can do this. Let's go to Object and convert it to a curve. And then see if we can't use the Shape tool to move that over. Well, it looks good. It looks rounded. No, I'm grabbing the wrong one. Anyway, and if it's good enough, let's try this. You could take the Smart Fill tool. It's already set on black, and fill that in with black to kind of fill that gap in. Anyway, so stay tuned for part 4. Hope that helped. Thank you for watching.